Hey there friends and enemies, Joper here again, and today we got an official gameplay trailer for the Relic the First Guardian, and I am not entirely familiar with this game, but from what I've heard, it does look very interesting. So I wanted to check this out for myself and see if it's a game that I might start getting hyped for. So let's see what they have in store for us today and go over everything in this video. From what I was reading, this is an action RPG. Yeah, very much a very action RPG look. A lot of parrying there. Looks like a little bit of either magic or a bomb of some sort. Yeah, definitely some shadow magic there with the teleport. Also a finisher. It's got almost like the God of War combat where it slows it down for you to time parries and do certain attacks. I do like the way this looks. Some of the abilities look really sick. Oh, you can rock a staff as well. Okay, that's really cool. A variety of different weapons, hopefully. Like a full mage build. Okay, that looks very familiar to those of you who played Elden Ring, to be honest. I wonder if it'll go like the weapons act as classes or how that's going to be handled. Because it does look like the movement and the spells and everything are tied to whatever weapon you're running. Like the dagger had those shadow dashes, where this has more big sword attacks. Whereas obviously the staff had those spells. Okay. Very interesting. I do think this looks good. Coming out now, or coming out soon for PS5, Xbox, and Steam, which I think is good overall. Most excited, I do love, like, honestly, a lot of people will judge me for this, Souls-like fans, but I do love running spellcasters, so you might see me with the staff, to be honest, but also, there's something about the shadow attacks with this little dagger short blade that he's rocking. I don't know if I necessarily care for the longsword as much. It does look like it'll do good damage. Maybe you do some heavier blocks as well to a big attack like this. But if I had to rank these on the most likely to least likely of which ones I'm going to play when I first start this game, I do think I would go with the short sword or dagger, and then I would go with the staff next, and then follow it up with the long sword. So overall, I think they look cool. The enemies look interesting. I'm a fan of that as well. Very reminiscent of Souls-like games as well. It's a dark fantasy action RPG. You can obviously see that from what we've looked at so far with the gameplay. However, I do find there to be things that are going to be very, very different. This isn't going to be as much a parry and return type of game as much, I think, as something like your Elden Ring or other Souls-like. It does feel like it's going to be more of the action RPG, which we know from like games like I mentioned with God of War, which does have parrying but isn't Souls-like in the strictest sense. So that's what it feels like is going to happen with the Relic as well. And yeah, I don't know much about the story or anything, but I'm definitely going to do a bit more digging and find out for myself. I feel like this game looks very, very interesting. I do like the whole aesthetic, the vibes. Maybe we're getting too many dark fantasy games in this day and age, because that seems to be a common thread. But they're very popular for good reason, because they are enjoyable overall, and it allows you to really do things different from like a high fantasy game, whereas you can have those darker tones, the blood, the monstrous horror monsters, almost the ones that look absolutely unique and brutal compared to more high fantasy stuff. So I think there's a lot still to be done with these types of games. Hopefully they continue doing it, and I can't wait to see more. about the Relic the First Guardian going forward. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. My name is Jopa. Have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all later.